I'm sure you all know what that's from. Yep, it's the theme from the famous 1975 film Jaws, which depicts a menacing, man-eating shark. This movie forever changed the way the world views sharks, but today we're going to try to change that view again and give you a love and appreciation for one of my favorite animals. Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying your day at the aquarium so far. My name is Madeline, and today I'm going to tell you why sharks should be revered, not feared. More specifically, I'm going to talk to you about sharks, the vital role they play in our ocean ecosystems, and how current fishing practices are threatening sharks as well as the entire future of our oceans. So strap on your scuba gear, tighten your goggles and snorkels, and come dive with me into the ocean as we explore the wonderful world of sharks. Sharks are extremely important top predators in the ocean ecosystem because they're at the top of the food chain. They keep prey populations from becoming overabundant, which allows a variety of prey to exist in the world, which increases biodiversity. They also prey on sick and injured animals, which help keep the prey populations healthy and prevent the spread of disease. It also strengthens the gene pool by ensuring that only the strongest, most fit animals survive to the next generation. Sharks are also important for overall habitat health, and a great example of this is the interaction between tiger sharks and sea turtles. Tiger sharks eat sea turtles, and sea turtles graze on grass beds. If the sea turtles are in the presence of tiger sharks, they're more likely to spread out and graze a little bit on each of the different seagrass beds. However, if there's no tiger sharks present, the sea turtles are just going to eat in one spot and graze as much as they can in one spot. What this does is whittle down the seagrass bed in one place, making it basically a dead and useless ecosystem. But with the presence of sharks, it spreads out this effect. An example of this would be like if you're going to the grocery store and you know you might see your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend there. You're more likely to spread around and move around the grocery store quickly and not stay in one place for too long, because otherwise you'll run into your ex. It's the same type thing with sharks and sea turtles. What happens when shark numbers go down? Why is that even important? Well, marine ecosystems will be completely out of balance without sharks. There are these things called trophic cascades, which I basically think of as like the waterfall or the snowball effect. If something happens at the top of the waterfall, it's going to pour down and cascade into the rest of the ecosystem. So if something happens to sharks, which are at the top, it's going to waterfall down through the rest of the ecosystem. There could also be a loss of commercially important fish and shellfish species if the shark's prey are not kept in check. That prey could eat the commercially important species. Sharks also kill way less people than people kill sharks. So this is where the top predator becomes the prey. Sharks have lived in the ocean for 450 million years, and over that time they've evolved very complex food webs and community interactions. They've co-evolved with all the different organisms in the ocean, which allows them to exist in harmony. Surfers and beachgoers have taken to the water in greater numbers, which kind of throws off this ecological balance of the ocean. Only 50 to 70 shark attacks on humans actually occur worldwide, so a lot less than you may think. There's an average of about 16 in the US, and in comparison, lightning kills 41 people in the US, only in the coasts. That number is much greater if you include the plains and non-coastal areas. Worldwide, only 5 to 15 of these shark attacks are actually fatal. On the contrary, humans fatally kill 100 million sharks every year. The population of the US is a little more than 300 million, so that would be like if you and two friends, and everybody did this, went out and killed a shark every year. So if every 3 people went together and killed a shark every year, that's what that 100 million means. These sharks are killed for shark fin soup, which is still considered a delicacy with medicinal properties in some areas of the world. The fins are sliced off of the carcasses as soon as they're caught on the boat and then just tossed overboard. Sport fishing, which is illegal for sharks, also occurs, and these people fish for sharks in order to save the jaws as trophies. In addition to this overfishing, sharks are extremely vulnerable to any sort of overexploitation, especially by fishing. But also, sharks are caught as bycatch, which just means that the fishermen weren't fishing for them but caught them accidentally. Sharks have very acute senses, so they're attracted to commercial fishing areas where they know there's lots of prey. But then they get caught in the nets, and when they get caught in the nets, they're trapped. Sharks are also listed as vulnerable or endangered depending on the species on the IUCN Red List. Sharks take a long time to reach sexual maturity, which makes them vulnerable because they can't reproduce until they're very, very late in life. For example, a great white shark takes 26 years to reach sexual maturity, and a female takes 33 years. That would be like if humans took 26 to 33 years to reach the sexual maturity of a middle schooler. Sharks also grow very slowly, and it takes a long time to become great in size. These large sexually mature animals are the ones that are vital to the continuation of the species. However, all too often, these are the animals that are killed because people want to kill the biggest and most rare organisms in the ocean. Sharks also have very small litters of live young, which means they're not able to bounce back as quickly if their population numbers fall because of the small amount they have. Another thing that is all too common these days is the use of beach nets in coastal areas. They're implemented a lot in places like South Africa and Australia, and they're put several hundred meters offshore to try to keep sharks away from the beach areas so that swimmers and surfers are protected. However, even though this is meant to help keep humans safe, it also harms sharks and other marine life. Marine animals like sea turtles and dolphins that require air to breathe can get trapped in these nets and drown. And other animals like rays and sharks can get trapped, and if they can't move water through their gills, they'll suffocate and die. An organization called CITES banned all international trade of great white products, which is a great first step in saving sharks and restoring our ocean's ecosystems. These laws need to be enforced, and other fishing laws and practices need to be implemented. If we can do this, shark numbers and ecosystem health could recover in the near future. I hope today's presentation has given you a glimpse into the immense challenges sharks all over the world are facing today. Sharks are top predators, top dog in the ocean ecosystems, and their existence is the key to healthy oceans. Without them, not only is the ocean unbalanced, but humans could lose commercially important fish species like tuna. Sharks are extremely vulnerable to overexploitation from today's illegal and non-sustainable fishing practices and the use of shark nets in coastal waters. Their slow growth rate and late age of sexual maturity make them even more vulnerable to human impacts because they won't be able to bounce back as quickly when their populations plummet. I'll be around after the conclusion of this presentation to answer any questions you all may have. Remember, sharks are incredible animals that deserve to be revered, not feared. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.